Hey folks, Species 7 here. How's everybody doing today? It was time we came back and had a little look at this. This is the Planner, also known as Farming Manager. Apparently they re-released it with a slightly more roll-off-the-tongue title than the Planner the Farmer. But there you go. So today I'm just going to introduce you guys to the very basics, what you need to sort of have to go, well, pretty house, now what? So we have construction areas. As you can see here, construction area. This is also a construction area, and this is a construction area. You will likely be purchasing at least that one. And the reason we have those is because we need to build things. First thing we're going to build, now I'm playing this game on normal. There's a hard mode and an easy mode. Easy mode, here's our money, starts you with $1 million. Normal mode, 500,000. Hard mode, 300,000. It's the only difference. Everything else is exactly the same. So, let's start with, there's only a 10,000 difference between a small and large accommodation. And since we're going to want lots of workers, we're going to buy a large. There we go. And so they don't feel lonely, we're going to put it close to our house. Alright. And they put up their porta potty, as you can see. And another one, and a piece of fencing. Oh, they've got their priorities. Oh, I see. They needed a porta potty for the crane operator. He doesn't have a booth, but apparently he has the urges. Okay. Now, the next thing, once we're getting that guy underway, is we are going to need a garage so that they can have vehicles. And we're going to go again. Now, garages, a large one is twice the price of a small one, but it stores twice as much. And one thing you don't want to short yourself of is space to store gear. Alright, there we go. And last but not least, you need an industry. You know, something that's going to make you some money. And we're going to do it with a cowshed. Why? Well, that's really all that's available at the moment. So a small cowshed is 65 grand, a big cowshed is 80,000. So we're going to go, again, big. And that means we're going to have to purchase that first. My apologies, we're not going to have room for all big. If you go all small buildings, you can get your initial buildings onto one. If you go with any of the big ones, then your space is going to be somewhat more limited. There we go. Oops. Your right-clicking will delete your movement, but it's also how you get around the map, so that can be a little awkward sometimes. There we go. Our large cowshed is underway. And that basically is going to get your buildings to start your game. Alright? Let's say we have a place for our workers to live, so when we come into this section, we can hire different workers with different skills, and we will get into that. We are going to have our garage, which is going to allow us to buy our basic tools, and as you can see, there's a fair list, you know, and there's also used tools. So, you know, like, here's a small tractor for a couple of $1,000. Usually you'd be spending a lot more. So there you go. A large plow, these guys are 25,000. There's one for less than 9. So that's what you're going to end up with there, is all your construction goods. The other things you'll need as you go along are going to be things like silos for your grain, silage bins for silage, etc., etc., hay storage in your barns, things like this. So that will all come. And as I say, when they start you, they only start you with one field. That'd be this guy here, the Falkenhagener. Right? And she's not exactly in top condition. So, and our large cowshed is done as well. And this is where we're going to be making a lot of our money. The accommodation building is done. Beautiful. So in here, we will have all of our cows, and we will have 4 workers to make them go. You can upgrade by adding another veal storage, because all your boy cows go to veal. And you can also upgrade more milk storage. Each of these milk ones will hold an extra 8,000 kilograms. Each of these holds 1,000. So there you go. But the other thing, you might want to maybe buy another field or 2. They're not terribly expensive. For instance, 15 grand for that guy, and he's right bordering on our property. The other one we'd probably really want to get would be Trip Tower, because it's also bordering right on our property. In fact, I think to keep things interesting, we will purchase the second field. And there we go. So there we are, a nice start. We have our basic buildings in place, and we have a couple of fields. And I think that's where we're going to keep it. I may do sort of a side-by-side with Farming Giant, just to show the differences. Now, I really like this game. I've actually put a few hours into it. But if you really want to get into the micromanagement, Farming Giant is probably a better choice. It may not run as stable. Some of the modes don't work at all, to be honest with you. But if you're really into micromanaging, I think they probably got this guy beat by a little bit. But make no mistakes, this is a great little game, and I think it's good for a lot of fun. So, until we come back and expand our universe even further, this has been Species 7. Take care of each other, folks, and ciao for now.